As global lineups at bullion stores begin to form, it is possible that we are witnessing the commencement of a highly significant shift in the gold and silver market. While we go in, let's discuss it. I believe people are seeing an opportunity here with the recent, fairly substantial drop in the prices of gold and silver. Assuming they aren't in a state of panic, I really don't blame them. Still, being confronted with such lengthy lineups can make you feel a little anxious. Whenever there are changes like these, we will occasionally observe that. This has happened to us previously. Several years ago, I brought it up in a conversation in Germany. You could only purchase so many gold bars. At that point, lengthy queues began to form, not to mention that the silver market is experiencing backwardation. Many changes are taking place at the moment, most notably with the involvement of institutional buyers. I do not believe that institutional buying is currently slowing down. Numerous activities are taking place there as well. The retail market, however, is the one that is currently showing signs of improvement. And that's excellent news. But we'll discuss that later on. Please remember Summit Metals, who is our channel sponsor. At Summit Metals, you may purchase gold and silver right from your computer or mobile device without ever having to leave your house. To view them, follow the link in the description below. However, I would strongly advise against making a purchase fueled by fear or panic. The ability to put off action in anticipation of future events is obviously more important these days. It may even be harmful. Put simply, prices have the potential to skyrocket once more, and this plunge is lost on you. There you have it. FOMO. Also, I can so relate. I know what it's like. It was something I took part in. My efforts have been fruitful thus far. However, it doesn't always work that way. Expect a precipitous decline in price the moment you put money into the gold or silver market. You need to mentally get ready for that, because you shouldn't consider the price of gold and silver today, but rather its potential performance in the coming year or years. Over time, we still have a ways to go. Since it is wealth that exists independently of this system, keeping its value from dwindling is essentially its main purpose. The dollar's value has been steadily declining during the nearly entire time that it has been a part of the Federal Reserve System, and that is losing value as a medium of exchange. That is why it is irresponsible money. Solid currency includes gold and silver. Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution makes notice of how profound that is. This fact is becoming more apparent to more individuals in 2025, particularly as a result of the prices. This is a really unique situation with gold and silver, though, and I usually want to warn people about it. Our focus must be on the future, on gold and silver, rather than on the present. Things will settle down at some point. Plus, nobody has a clue as to how that will pan out. Will it maintain its current level and essentially remain unchanged at present prices? But will it stop rising? But will it return to its previous level of support? Additionally, that level of support may be located in several regions. Was it before this insanity began? Who can say for sure? Regardless, when considering silver and gold, we must go beyond the present moment. And it is my long-held belief, along with many others. In light of the increasing number of reports on the formation of long queues, I noticed on the X platform that there are numerous films originating from various parts of the globe. We have already covered Japan, Singapore, and Australia. In America, I would be surprised if that isn't common. I can tell you from personal experience that there has been a flurry of activity, a lot of buying and selling at the coin stores in my area that some of you have described. Now that people are starting to pay attention to global events and the possibility that the bull run could continue, they may begin to purchase more gold and silver. We might be at the vanguard of this. It has the potential to go even higher. We just do not have that information presently. We might perhaps be close to the peak. Even so, opportunities present themselves when prices fall, as we have seen most recently. A rather large crushing of the prices in the last trading day. Absolutely, without a doubt. This, however, may be a condition that doesn't last forever. Again, we may witness the recoupment of these losses. Currently, I keep an eye on the market every Sunday night. The Asian markets open up as we watch. Speculating on their outcomes is usually a fascinating experience. To rephrase, will prices keep going up or do they have room to fall a bit more? Could gold and silver be entering a new consolidation phase? As far as the future of gold and silver is concerned, everything is up for grabs. However, I want my audience to remember that there is more to gold and silver than just their monetary value. The value of gold and silver goes beyond their monetary worth. The world will be a better place if more people realize and accept that. They will be less let down if there is a significant drop in price. Since market volatility is inevitable, that is something that has been going on for a while now. The sudden increase in prices has caused euphoria. Nevertheless, a period of many days of corrections followed by a reversal in price is inevitable. The exact time is unknown to me. But keep going even when things get tough. Number. Keep moving forward. Keep as much of what you own as you can. Sure, I get that there's a decent suggestion. Every once in a while, it's smart to profit taking. If you need money for bills or an opportunity, sell some of your metals, a new vehicle or a sizable reduction in your mortgage balance. Those are valid points to ponder and think about. A secure place to call home, nevertheless, is invaluable. A beautiful silver and gold backdrop. Essential components. A perma-stack is what this is called. Because of how fundamental that condition is to your value as an individual in relation to riches outside of the system. I came up with the term diamond fist for that reason. If you want to be prepared for the worst or for a possible revaluation of gold, hold on to your core stack of gold and silver. What may happen in the future is completely unpredictable. We need to be flexible and ready for everything that may happen. Today, the world is seeing numerous events. This is why I think it will stand up for a very long time. I usually broadcast these films on my channel so you can see a lot of gold and silver, as an example of how serious I am about following my own advice. Holding the metal is important to me. Plus, metals are stunning. Absolutely, without a doubt. Every one of them contributes in their own unique way. For the two metals, I see that as a fantastic diversification strategy. Even from the inside of individual metals, you can invest in them and use them as a hedge in many ways. And I think it's important that we give these metals the least amount of risk feasible when hedging. I believe that attitude makes it much easier to understand, regardless of market conditions. However, we are witnessing a current trend of increasing purchasing activity. Since prices have dropped, I fear things will only get worse. Additionally, individuals are perceiving chances. It seems to me that the lines we're seeing right now will only get more pronounced. More and more of it will appear. And it's likely that some of these neighborhood coin businesses have run out of supply. Undoubtedly, one thing stands out. According to one article, locals in Singapore are buying coins and bars of gold and silver at bullion dealers, proving that the Asian gold rush is far from over. That, by the way, has been going on for a few days now. Prices will settle and drop over the weekend, making the situation even worse. We need to give some thought to that. How about you? What does that imply? Costlier insurance. Because of this, thinking about when and how to buy is always a good idea. Even if you're in the market to make a purchase, you might not be able to bargain for very much if premiums begin to rise while both the market price and the spot price are falling. That is why you should think long and hard about making a purchase. Look around for the greatest price every time. Plus, you might get some fantastic deals on products at Summit Metals. Their customer service is second to none. Although selling and buying are two sides of the same coin, it's smart to weigh in on both. In addition, Summit Metals will purchase your precious metals. They streamline the selling process. If you are interested in doing so with some of your stack, you can reach out to them. Primarily, though, I want you to remember to keep your stack. Still, the way the market dynamic is changing here is intriguing and captivating. The trend toward retail purchases from institutions is becoming apparent, at least to a certain degree. Despite this, I believe the institutional side to be extremely powerful at the moment. As a result, there is competition on both the supply and demand sides of the gold and silver markets for the actual metals themselves. Based on that, I felt compelled to inform you of this. In the space provided below, please share your opinions with me. I will do my best to keep you apprised of all the most recent happenings in the precious metals industry. I would greatly appreciate it if you could consider subscribing to the channel if you find value in what I do here. Now that I've gotten everything out of the way, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it when you hit that like, share, comment, and subscribe button.